What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Big Bro Little Sis Reacts. I'm Tamaj, and today I'm here with Game of Thrones, Season 3, Episode 4, and now his watch is ended. Let's talk about that for a second. Who's about to die here? Not Jon, and certainly not Sam. I don't care about the rest of them. Those are the only two we have to protect them. But yeah, Mance Raider, I think is his name. He's about to attack the wall, so he has Jon and the crew basically strategically planned outside of the watch to attack when he says, and he said if Jon tries anything, kill him. But it's kind of odd that he, included Jon in that plan, even though he just joined them. But I really think that's just a ploy to find out where Jon's loyalty lies, and if when something happens, if Jon's going to betray them. I think that was a strategic move. Very weird, but I guess Mance has a lot of, faith in his people. I mean, he is outnumbered, but he's a very skilled fighter. But I haven't really gotten to see Jon actually fight to the death necessarily with people, so I don't exactly know how good he is. I know he's better than a lot of the Night's Watch, who probably, if Mance did straightly, directly attack them, they probably would lose just because they're not very skilled. But yeah, I don't know exactly how strong he is. I feel like he's a very strong fighter, but they haven't really given him the material to where he has to constantly fight in life or death situations. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the White Walkers are on the move. I don't know where they are currently. I don't know if they made it over the wall, if they're in Westeros, if they're terrorizing. I don't know. It's like they teased them at the end of season 2, the start of this season, and then we just haven't seen them. So that's kind of scary. I've kind of just am preparing myself mentally for them to just randomly attack during any given scene. I mean, granted, it takes a long time to travel from one location to another, and they're probably going to start at the, right at the other side of the wall and terrorize anything going down and try to build their army as they kill, which is also kind of scary. And they probably don't need sleep or food to keep going, so they could probably just continuously keep going, which is very scary. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happening with that, but I'm just hoping that nobody from, I ain't gonna say nobody, I'm just hoping Sam and Jon are fine. I don't care about the rest of them. Especially that one guy that Jon's a steward of. He can die. I don't like him. But the rest of them are alright. Yeah, I forgot everything else that was happening suddenly. There's a lot going on. Tyrion is the coin now, the coin master. He doesn't exactly know what to do with that. I don't even know what they do. I know they're in charge of the money, but y'all owe debts to so many people. How do you distribute money? What happened to the last coin? Did they die? I don't understand. Or do you just get a new one with each new hand or something? I don't know. Anyway, I watched the Inside thing, and I did find it interesting that they said, Tywin was evaluating the council, and Littlefinger kind of rushed off to be right at his side to try to, show loyalty, which also kind of showed at the same time that he's very eager to please, which is true. He's been going around to all these different camps and all these different kings and basically saying, hey, I'm a friend, I'm an ally, so if you happen to, be the one on the Iron Throne one day, don't kill me. And that's basically what he's doing. He kisses everybody's ass just so he can survive. Varys, he just goes with the flow. He's like, all right, I'm gonna just stay right here. He ain't worried about anything. He's a chill character. He's a chill spy. Then there's Aster. He didn't care. He's just trying to live. And then Cersei, she of course doesn't play by the rules. She just does what she wants to do. And so she pulled her chair to the other side next to her dad. And then, there's Tyrion, who him and his father don't really get along. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to make a big scene, a loud scene, and I'm going to interrupt, and I'm going to be the center of attention for a second. So that's always interesting because he's just a funny character. To protect him too. But yeah, without further ado, I know I've been talking for a minute. Let's just get into this. Full and other reactions are available on Patreon. I had to look at the time, like, dang, I haven't talked for 5 minutes. I just like to talk sometimes about the show. Can we talk about they really cut old boy's hand off though? He can't fight. He's no longer the greatest fighter. That is a hurt piece. Yes, I'm ready to see Dany overtake this place. There's so much like to look forward to. I just hate that Rob's at a standstill. It's been a whole year and he was doing so good. Now he has to slow down and analyze things, and we still don't know what's going on with Greyjoy. And they keep in the hand. Oh, y'all petty. I love it. Oh, around his neck. I love it.
How many of those
as
fingers
a taunt.
do you think we could shove up his ass?
Depends if he's had any practice. Is that the sort of thing you and your sister go in for, Kingslayer? She loosened you up for us.
Oh, wow. I feel bad, but I don't like him.
He's going to fall. He's going to fall off his horse. Someone help him.
They don't care. In the shit. Or is that just mud? I hope that's just mud. But even so, oh. Oh my god. They gonna pour it. Oh, Patty. Oh. I'm not gonna feel bad for him. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, enough. Here. Can't say that I've ever seen a man drink horse piss that fast.
I knew that's what it was. Oliver gonna drink it. Oh, that is so bad. Ooh. He said, I got one good hand. It's too weak. But, oh, that's so fucked up.
Stop!
Even Brienne is like, he's a motherfucker, but look, damn, she cracking skulls. Come on, Brienne. Tied up. Brienne is a savage. They got him fighting and shit, drinking horse piss, one-handed. I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm not gonna do it. He's a motherfucker. He's a Lannister. This is
that again, and I'll take your other hand.
I know she feels bad because that was her prisoner, and he did save her from what they were gonna do. So,
Oh, Lord Tyrion, come in, come in.
I hope we might speak
that is tough shit.
in confidence
It's like, wow.
Always in
There's
confidence.
always worse people out
about the
there.
events of the Black Watcher.
He's getting all his
I
karma. They is cashing in today.
thought one of you little birds might have knowledge of my sister's intentions to...
End your life?
I didn't inherit Littlefinger's spies along with his position, I'm afraid. Which is why I'm coming to you. I need proof.
Proof? Will there be a trial?
I need to know.
I have no proof. Only whispers. Before all this nastiness, I was going to tell you the story of how I was cut. You want to hear it still?
I don't know. Do I?
As a boy, I traveled with a troupe of actors through the free cities. One day, in Mir, a certain man made my master an offer too tempting to refuse. I feared the man meant to use me, as I'd heard some men used small boys, but what he wanted was far worse. He gave me a potion that made me powerless to move or speak, yet did nothing to dull my senses. With a hooked blade, he sliced me, root and stem, chanting all the while. He burned my parts in a brazier. The flames turned blue, and I heard a voice answer his call.
What is it doing this episode?
I still dream of that night, not of the sorcerer,
This episode is dark already.
not of his blade. I dream of the voice from the flames. Was it a god, a demon, a conjurer's trick? I don't know, but the sorcerer called, and a voice answered. And ever since that day, I have hated magic and all those who practice it. But you can see why I was eager to aid in your fight against Stannis and his Red Priestess. A symbolic revenge of sorts.
Yes,
That makes sense.
I feel the need for actual revenge. Against the actual person who tried to have me killed, which will require a degree of influence which
You do not possess at the moment. That influence is largely a matter of patience, I have found. Once I had served the sorcerer's purpose, he threw me out of his house to die. I resolved to live, to spite him. I begged. I sold what parts of my body remained to me. I became an excellent thief, and soon learned that the contents of a man's letters are more valuable than the contents of his purse. Step by step, one distasteful task after another, I made my way from the slums of Myr to the small council chamber. Influence grows like a weed. I tended mine patiently until its tendrils reached from the Red Keep all the way across to the far side of the world, where I managed to wrap them around something very special.
sorcerer.
Hello, my old friend. It's been a long time. I have no doubt the revenge you want will be yours in time. If you have the stomach for it.
What is happening in this episode?
Never mention the shoveling. All the shit.
There he is.
Pardoning crime.
You know what? That's completely justified.
Shoveling.
I am all for people getting what they
Really is most
deserve
of it.
because they didn't have no right to do that to him. I would
When you're not
do
getting
the same
attacked
thing,
or
but what
killed,
he's
usually
saying
it's shoveling.
is patience. Have patience, and your revenge will come.
Oh,
Don't
shit.
try to rush something. Plan it
I'm
out
starting to wonder
very
what to
thoroughly.
do with the rest
Wait
of
for your
the day.
moment. All right,
Let's
there he
get out
is.
of here.
But Jesus, if this episode
No,
isn't
come on,
dark,
says we go, we go.
who else gonna get what they deserve?
Fist the first men.
Please
I've
let
got to know
Cersei,
She has no way of knowing.
Do now.
Joffrey.
We know what's out there.
Craster's been out here, surviving.
When the walkers come calling, Craster will serve us up like so many pigs.
He will.
If we want to live, we'll have to look out for ourselves.
Sam, don't die for this baby. She was scared.
Sorry.
She thought they were coming for her baby.
It's beautiful. Does he have a name?
No.
You're going to give him one?
No.
Why?
She's gonna die. She knows he's gonna die. Why would she give him a name?
Give
You
me.
said to hold it for you until he came back. You backed him.
It's beautiful.
I don't want you stupid, simple. I want to save my baby's life. Can you do that? Can you?
At a price,
I don't have
you
time.
could, but
I don't have time for anyone but him because he didn't have much time.
Is he very large?
No larger than usual, apparently.
And yet they said that he was...
Extraordinary. The most extraordinary man they've ever had. And they've had a lot of men.
We're talking about the same Podrick. Quiet boy in Lord
You still
Tyrion's
talking about
service
that?
seems a bit simple. What did he do to them?
I don't know, my lord. The girls are usually quite descriptive.
So what did they say?
They said it was hard to describe.
what?
And what did Littlefinger say about this loss of income?
He was too preoccupied to notice. He's leaving for the Eyrie soon. I'm helping him prepare for his journey.
Ah, yes, to pursue his enduring love of the Lady Arryn and the title that comes with her. Sad, really. Is that all it takes to make our friend lose interest in poor Sansa Stark?
He hasn't spoken to her since the last time, as far as I know.
He
But I
said
don't
to be
think he's
ready.
lost interest.
What makes you say so?
His shipboard inventory. 2 feather beds. He's bringing 2 feather beds for the cabin.
Who is important enough to Littlefinger to merit a feather bed besides Littlefinger?
Rhaenyra Targaryen was murdered by her brother, or rather, his dragon. It ate her while her son watched. What's left of her is buried in the crypt right down there.
Which
Sick.
seats 700
Disgusting.
comfortably.
Just die, Joffrey.
There appears to be a good deal of room elsewhere on the premises for everyone else.
There aren't more than 700 people of any importance.
No, the rest are there to look adoringly upon the
I like
700
this
to
little
remind
grandma.
them
She's funny.
how superior they must be to have the best seats.
Over there, in that urn, the ashes of Aerion Targaryen. Aerion Brightflame, they called him. He thought drinking wildfire would turn him into a dragon.
You were married here, Your Grace?
Yes.
Must seem like only
They're
yesterday.
preparing for the wedding.
Seems like a lifetime ago. Your husband, was he buried here as well?
No, he wanted his remains returned to Storm's End.
Such a tragedy.
A fairly predictable tragedy. Hunting and drinking don't mix.
I should say not. My son's a hunter. It helps him forget he's never been within a mile of a real battle.
I seem to recall he laid siege to Storm's End for the better part of a year.
All he laid siege to was the banquet table in the command tent. I told him to stay out of Robert's rebellion. He had no business fighting an actual warrior. We mothers do what we can to keep our sons from the grave. They do seem to yearn for it.
And yet the world belongs to him.
Oh, a ridiculous arrangement in my mind.
Why are people screaming?
Shall we go and see them? If you give them your love, they will return it 1,000-fold. I've spoken with them. I know how they feel about you. You led the defense of King's Landing.
Right.
They adore you.
This episode has some weird.
Open the doors.
Like, there's something odd about this episode. Like, do y'all feel it? I mean, I know y'all already watched it, but like,
Joffrey?
it feels weird. What's about to happen? They don't like him, they like her. Look at that. She's about to overtake this place. The grandma just said she doesn't understand why men are on the throne. They're about to try to take the throne from him. That's what Cersei was recognizing. They came here and won over his people.
Your sister's waiting for you there.
His people. They love her.
Yeah.
They're playing the game. They want the throne. I think Cersei
I
sees
did
that
what
now.
they told me.
Those men. I said my father knew what they were doing to me. Did he?
I don't know, my lord. They never told me much.
That's fucked up, see? And you betrayed your chosen family for your real
We
family.
don't need to hide from them.
Not all of your sister's men. Some of them are loyal to your father.
Yeah, that's fucked up. You're a
I was
fool.
just thinking how jealous I was when my father told Yara to take this place.
What did he tell you to do?
Fuck
Raid
off.
fishing villages. He didn't trust me. Thought I was a Stark. I could never be a Stark.
You could have been.
Robb Stark always reminded me of that.
He lorded it over.
Didn't have to. All he had to do was be who he was born to be. His life fitting better than his clothes. Because someone like that would be a brother to me. He's the king
So
of the north.
unappreciative.
Me. My father gave me a choice. And I made it.
Stupid one.
I could never be a star. But Ironborn, what I was born to be. I paid the iron price for Winterfell. I murdered those boys. The Stark boys. Never found them. Just some poor orphans living with the farmer. I let Dagmar slit their throats, and I let him burn the bodies. So I could keep Winterfell. And make my father proud.
Maybe it's not too late.
It is. My real father lost his head at King's Landing.
Rest
Made a
his
choice,
soul. Ned Stark.
and I chose wrong.
You did. I'm glad you recognized that.
And I burned everything down.
I don't understand why you did it. I don't understand understand why you did it.
She's up here.
I had faith in him. I had believed in him.
Yara. Shh. Wait.
I brought him back. He killed the others.
What? No, we didn't. You can't. Please stop.
Put him back where he belongs.
Bruh, this episode. What is going on today? Like this episode is dark. This is some of the most horrific stuff I have ever seen in my life. I tell you, I ain't never seen nothing like it.
What are you doing?
This...
You can't die. You need to live, to take revenge.
I don't care about revenge.
You coward. Your misfortune, you're giving up.
Misfortune.
You lost your hand.
My sword hand. I was that hand.
You have a taste. One taste of the real world, where people have important things taken from them. And you whine and cry and quit. You sound like a bloody woman.
I mean, she has a point. People lose their most valued stuff every day here. He is getting a taste of the real world. I love it. This is how people treat each other while you live in your fancy castle and pretend you're all that. Now you're out here, you realize you ain't shit. None of
I
them.
know what you did for me. You told them Tarth was full of sapphires. It's called the Sapphire Isle because of the blue of its water. You knew that. Why did you help me?
You didn't answer.
You wanted to speak to me.
Yes, about Jaime.
What about him?
I wanted to make sure we're doing everything we can to get him back.
And Catherine
Yeah,
Stark.
the man you get back ain't gonna be the one you lost.
What did I do in response?
You started a war.
Well, if I would start a war for that lecherous little stump, what do you think I'm doing for my eldest son and heir?
Whatever you can.
Whatever I can.
Did it ever occur to you that I might be the one who deserves your confidence and your trust? Not your sons, not Jaime or Tyrion, but me. Years and years of lectures on family and legacy. Did it ever occur to you that your daughter might be the only one listening to them, living by them? That she might have the most to contribute to your legacy? That you love so much more than your actual children?
All right. Contribute.
The Tyrells are a problem.
Yeah.
The Tyrells helped us defeat Stannis Baratheon. The Tyrells saved your life, your children's lives.
Marjorie has her claws in Joffrey. She knows how to manipulate him.
Good. I wish you knew how to manipulate him. I don't distrust you because you're a woman. I distrust you because you're not as smart as you think you are. You've allowed that boy to ride roughshod over you and everyone else in this city.
Perhaps you should try stopping him from doing what he likes.
I will.
And what is that?
My lady, I wanted to personally welcome you to King's Landing. The city has been made brighter by your presence.
The city is made brighter by my presence. Is that your usual line, Lord Varys? You here to seduce me?
A little obvious, perhaps.
Oh, no, please. Seduce away. It's been so long. I rather think it's all for naught. What happens when the non-existent bumps against the decrepit? Question for the philosophers. But you've come mincing all this way for something. So?
Might I sit?
No.
Ah.
Come. I've heard you're such a clever man. I'm curious why you sought me out.
You've taken an interest in Sansa Stark.
Have I? Because I spoke to her once in this garden and one of your little spies came running to tell you? Why shouldn't I take an interest? She's an interesting girl.
Is she?
No, not particularly. She's had an interesting childhood.
She has. Sadly.
Walk with me. I know the walls have ears, but apparently the shrubbery does too.
I choose my allies carefully, and my enemies more carefully still.
Which is Sansa Stark.
Neither. A babe in the woods. I admired her father.
Yes. Ned Stark had many admirers, and how many stepped forward when the executioner came for his head?
That part.
I could not
have
help
a single one.
Lord Stark. Perhaps I can help his daughter.
How?
You're not the only one who has taken an interest in her.
That's hardly surprising.
Littlefinger is not long for the capital. A confidant of mine has told me that when he goes, Sansa Stark goes with him.
Why have you come to me with this matter?
Littlefinger was born with no lands, no wealth, no armies. He has acquired the first two. How long before he has the army? Perhaps you'll laugh, but I know him better than most, and this is the truth. Littlefinger is one of the most dangerous men in Westeros. If Robb Stark falls, Sansa Stark is the key to the north.
And if Littlefinger marries her, he'll have the key in his pocket.
Which seems such a shame. Why should a man with such a low reputation steal away such a lovely bride?
You must despise him. You're working so hard to undermine him.
Actually, I rather enjoy him. But he would see this country burn if he could be king of the ashes. I believe I have a possible solution.
One doesn't need to be clever for that. It's all rather obvious, isn't it?
Keep talking. I didn't see any of that. I want to hear more of their conversation, literally. They just gave, like, a whole big point of the plot away.
I want us to be friends. Good friends.
That would make me very happy.
You must see Highgarden. You'd love it there, I know you would. We have a great masquerade the night of the harvest moon.
They're trying to get her
You should
out of
see
here.
the costumes. People work on them for months.
Before Littlefinger could take her.
I don't think the Queen would let me leave King's Landing.
The Queen Regent, you mean? Once I marry Joffrey, I'll be queen. And if you were to marry Loras... well, your place would be at Highgarden, wouldn't it? We would be sisters, you and I. Would you like that?
They're trying to save her. I mean, she's going for it. But see, the Tyrells also just proved that they're not trustworthy either. They have ulterior motives, so...
His name was Bannon.
I like them, though. I like those characters. They're real.
Good ranger.
For the most part. They know what they're doing. They're smart. They're patient. But...
where did he come from?
I'm taking it with a grain of salt. But I like those characters.
The day we leave, Craster will tap a barrel of our wine and sit down to a feast of ham and potatoes and laugh at us, starving in the snow.
You've been trying to plot on that guy all day.
He's a bloody wildling's all he is.
Never knew Bannon could smell so good.
Y'all not about to eat him. Please don't be cannibals.
You ever meet a man with 99 sons? And more daughters than I can count.
Fucking disgusting.
What for you?
How do you know? Me? I'll be glad when you and yours are gone.
As soon as our wounded are strong enough.
You cut their throats and be done with it.
Whose throat are you gonna cut, old man?
Uh-oh. You about to try it.
Wait outside.
It's cold outside, and there's nothing to eat.
My wives give you bread.
There's sawdust in the bread.
But you don't like it. You go out there and eat the snow.
He's trying to rally his folks now.
I'd rather eat what you've got hidden away.
I told you to wait outside.
He's sitting there, drinking our wine, eating his fill while we die.
I'll give you clothes enough. I've got to feed my women!
So you admit you've got a hidden larder then? How else you make it through winter?
Enough! Out! I am a godly man!
You're a stinky bastard!
Bastard! How do you get it, little thief? Go sleep in the cold and empty bellies! I'll chop the hands off the next man who calls me bastard.
Y'all might as well jump him and take that damn food. Free them poor women and save that baby. It's one guy. He ain't shit.
You are a bastard. A daughter fucking wildling bastard.
Got him! He deserved to die, I'm sorry. He did. He was sick.
By all laws beyond the wall. Always reacts food, or you'll get the same as he. On hand, I shall have your head.
It's a full-fledged mutiny. We got a civil war going on here in the Night's Watch. A whole lot of night watches are gonna be ended tonight. God damn. That is what hunger and near-death experiences will get you. Look. Well, why are y'all all fighting each other like this? Y'all could have just took him out and that had been the end of it. I mean, I guess some are just really loyal, but... He's about to save the baby and the girl.
We have to go! Now!
And this is really the end of the Night Watch. They didn't turn on each other. It is a fucking slaughter. This episode, man. Y'all.
I'll be cutting your throat one of these nights.
For what? What did he do?
I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
What? Why? He didn't do anything.
What is it?
Blackstrap rum.
What? Oh.
No easy finding molasses in water.
I'd hope so.
What are y'all doing with them? Listen, I was hoping Arya would stay far away from this episode because this episode is full of horrors. Please, leave her alone.
What is this place?
Somewhere neither wolves nor lions can prowl it.
The Hound. Come to answer up for his crimes. Y'all need to get the mountain's ass.
You look like a bunch of swineherds. You think carrying a crooked spear makes you a soldier? No?
Fighting in a war makes you a soldier.
Beric Dondarrion. You've seen better days.
And I won't see them again.
Stark deserters. Baratheon deserters. You lot aren't fighting in a war, you're running from it.
Last I heard, you were King Joffrey's guard dog. But here you are 1,000 miles from home. Which of us is running?
Untie these ropes and we'll find out.
Ned Stark ordered me to execute your brother in King Robert's name.
Ned Stark is dead.
That's what they were doing.
King
Okay.
Robert is dead.
I didn't know who this group was.
My brother's alive. You're fighting for ghosts.
Okay.
That's what we are. Ghosts. Waiting for you in the dark.
I think somebody did.
You can't see us.
That's who they were.
But we see you. You prey on the weak. The Brotherhood without banners will hunt you down.
You found God. Is that it?
Aye. I've been reborn in the light of the one true God, as would any man who's seen the things we've seen.
If you mean to murder me, then bloody well
The
get
light
on
of the
with
one
it.
true
You'll
God.
die soon
That's
enough.
ain't that the shit Melisandre
But
was
it won't be
saying?
murder. Only justice.
And the kind of fate that you deserve. Lions, you call yourselves. At the Mummer's Ford, girls of 7 years were raped. And babes, still on the breasts, were cut in two while their mothers watched.
I wasn't at the Mummer's Ford. Don't be your dead children at some other door.
House Clegane was built upon dead children. I saw them lay Prince Aegon and Princess Rhaenys before the Iron Throne.
Do you take me for my brother? Is being born Clegane a crime?
Murder is a
I
crime.
never touched the Targaryen babes. I never saw them. Never smelled them. Never heard them bawling. You want to cut my throat? Get on with it! But don't call me murderer. And pretend that you're not.
You murdered Micah, the butcher's boy, my friend.
Yep, I remember him.
He was 12 years old. He
I was
was
pissed.
unarmed, and you rode him down. You slung him over your horse like he was some deer.
Aye, he was a bleeder.
You don't deny killing this boy.
I was Joffrey's sworn shield.
Justice for the butcher's
That's
boy.
a lie. I hit Joffrey. Micah just ran away.
Then I should have killed you. Not my place to question princes.
You stand accused of murder.
But no one here knows the truth of the charge, so it is not for us to judge you.
Only the Lord of Light may do that now. I sentence you to trial by combat.
Really?
So, who will it be?
I don't think that was a smart decision. He's actually a good fighter.
God really loves you, priest. Or you worse with a sword in your hand.
Or a shadow demon.
Or is the little girl the bravest one here?
Aye.
Excuse me?
She might be, but it's me you'll fight.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do not put Arya up against this guy. Please. Danny, I was hoping you stay away from this episode too. All my favorites do not need to be in this horrific episode. I don't know what's going on, what the writers is on. Did they just have a bad day and just said, fuck everybody?
The master says they are untested. He says you would be wise to blood them early. There remain small cities between him and their cities ripe for sacking. In 10 years, some of the boys who send them may be unsullied in their turn. All shall prosper.
Yeah, she ain't knowing none of that. She's about to kill him and anybody aligned with him. As soon as she gets their loyalty. I see it in her face. This is about to go blood. This is going off bloody. I can tell you that now. They say the best for last. Oh God. Yeah. Take it.
Is it done then? They belong to me. It is done.
And it begins. All her dragons like, Mom, don't leave me. They're like, you speak our language? Yeah, that dragon is not about to let you tell it what to do. No, she was testing it. It ain't gonna listen to you. Yep, she understood your language the whole time. She heard all that shit talking to you. Motherfucker. She heard every smart thing you said. You thought you was a slick bitch. I knew it! I knew it! He breathes fire, baby. Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Fuck them up, Danny's people. Jesus. She just became the baddest bitch on Game of Thrones. Let me tell you. Holy fuck, Danny. Look, he just can't believe it. I don't know how he didn't see this coming. I was putting it together. And she ain't had to move. She just destroyed a whole fucking enslavement camp. Laid fucking waste to it with a baby dragon and a fucking army of... like, I don't even know what to call them. I don't even know how to describe them. And then they fall back in formation. That's some fucking shit. They don't say a word. They just do what the hell they told. This is insane. And that is a lot of fucking people. She don't even gotta wait for them dragons to get grown. They already fucking shit up. Look, they scared. I'm scared. What? I don't think they know what to do. They're not trained to think. Oh, wait. They're grateful. They're just grateful that nobody would ever have to go through what they went through again. My girl done rose the fuck up, got her an army, her fucking dragons. Like, this is some of the best fucking character development on the show. Like, she literally came from nothing from season 1, and this, my girl, I ain't fucking with her. I'm scared of her. I am too scared of her. No, I ain't seen nothing like it. These writers, man, they was off the chain this episode. I don't know. They just said fuck everything. Dany about to just fuck some shit up. Take it. You know, she about to get this army. She about to have her dragons flying in the end, like ready to fuck shit. Like she's ready. She's about to go to Westeros. But it's just like I don't think there's nothing that can stop her. Like at this point, she's down bad. She was down bad in season 2. She literally had nothing but a few people. She rose up, found these slavers, got an army. Her dragons are growing pretty fast, if you ask me. One dragon just did enough damage right there and helped the Unsullied murder everybody that needed murdered. She gained loyalty. She freed a bunch of people because she's all about doing the right thing, right? In a Game of Thrones sense, like she didn't like seeing people suffer or being forced to do anything. That's just not who she is. She gave them the option. If you want to fight for me, do it as a free agent. Don't do it because you're a slave or this is how you've been raised. Like I respect that about her. And they're gonna do because they don't know what to do. Like it seems like they've been stripped of any identity, so it's just like they need to be told what to do. But I think they, in a way, still have respect for her. Like, thank you for doing this. Thank you for saving us. We don't have to worry about being tortured and everything that they went through to get them to how they are, because I couldn't even imagine like what they had to go through. Like, I know they described some of it, but like they don't react to pain or anything. Like, and the people that was hanging and they had all the cuts, the walk of punishment, I guess they called it. That is sick. That is. This show really shows you some of the true horrors of George R.R. Martin's mind, like some of the stuff that he can come up with and put on screen. Like I know the book can probably describe it, but like seeing it is something else. Like they've outdone themselves. This season has been insane. I will say it has been really good. It's picking up. It's the show that I've heard about. I'm starting to see it. At least I think. Y'all still gonna call me Winter Child, whatever. But I'm starting to see it. This episode. It was dark. Like from the first scene with Jaime, they hung the hand around his neck, taunting him like, "I just took your most prized possession. Here it is. Look at it. Live it." Like. But Brienne, I think, is going to help him feel better. Like, she's like, so the fuck what? Like, we've all lost stuff. Like, we all have had our most prized possessions taken from us, stripped of us. Does that mean we give up? Does that mean we just, are ready to lay down and die? No. We get back up, we rise up, and we take revenge. This episode was all about revenge. I mean, she's trying to get Jaime there because he shut down. Like, he's like, I lost everything because he was the hand, ironically, and he lost it, both of them. So yeah, and then they threw him around and shit, and he got disrespected, like disrespectively beaten down and just disrespected. Like the disrespect with the fucking capital D. Like, I ain't never seen some disrespect like that in my life. Like he was like, I'm ready to die. Like, that's how bad he was disrespected. Like that, I was just like, I wanted to feel bad, but I can't because he had all that coming. Everything he's done, everything that he's aided in, he deserved that. I'm sorry, he did. Now, there's still a part of me that feels bad, but there's still another part of me that's cold-hearted and can say, you know what, you deserve that. So now that that's done, I feel like I wouldn't wish anything else worse on him. I feel like that, for me, settles it with my grievance. Now I'm going to focus on Joffrey and Cersei. And the Tyrells now, they got them in a situation. So they're planning this wedding. I think the red wedding is coming, y'all. I don't know what it is. I've just heard the term. I don't know what happens, but it's called the red wedding. That means red meaning blood, right? Meaning folks are going to die. And I'm thinking Rob is going to come and slaughter folks or something's going to happen. But like, it could just be the Tyrols. Like the granny in, what's the girl's name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Who's about to be the queen. What's her name? Marjorie. They're smart. They know what they're doing. They've stayed away from everything and they found an opening and they swooped right in, got their grips on Joffrey. Joffrey wasn't listening to Cersei, which pisses off Tywin because he's like, you ain't been able to control this boy. If you can't control him, none of us can. So he was like, good on them. Like, he's like, I'm respecting him. But he's also like, so he's so focused on winning the war because that's what he has to do that he can't really focus on anything else. Like, he's trying to basically do damage control because Cersei and everybody here has just let things spiral so far out of control. Like, I think he's pissed. Like, he's like, you're not as smart as you think you are. And it's true. She thinks she's got it all figured out, or, that she doesn't get her respect, that people should listen to her. Why? I mean, look at the situation you're in. You guys are so blind to everything around you and oblivious. Like, Marjorie came in and won the people just by being nice to them. That was all y'all had to do. The people, you should have the people around you in your little area be the most loyal to you, want to fight for you, want to die for you. Instead, they hated you. They were willing to risk their lives to try to kill Joffrey or, hurt him. Like, and there was like, that's the type of like situation y'all want to, that's how y'all want to do y'all people. Like, damn them, they can starve. Like, why? Those are the people who you need to rise up and fight if your army falls. Had Stannis been successful and Tyrion not got y'all that dub with the help of the Tyrols too, you could have had them rose up and try to fight for you. I mean, granted, they're not going to be the most skilled, but they got the numbers. They can do something. At the very least, help you escape. But like, y'all, they would have just laughed. And I mean, they would have died anyway. Stannis probably would have killed them all. But I'm just saying, like, you got to be nice. Like, they... At the end of the day, they're the ones that stand outside your house. So if you don't want to piss them off, because if they burn it down, then what? So, but yeah, I'm watching the Tyrols. They're smart. I don't care if they take the Iron Throne. I don't think they're that bad of people. Now, y'all probably laughing because they probably do something crazy down the line. But I don't see anything that's alarming to me. Same thing with Stannis. I can't be mad at Stannis because he technically, by their rules, he was the rightful heir to the throne. Joffrey's a bastard. So I can't be mad at him for what he did. He's still trying, but he's got the least chance at this point. I mean, Melisandre's out here trying to do something with the Lord of Fire. She says she got to go do it alone. I don't really know what that's about or what she's going to do. But that's the one thing that's interesting about this show is that there's so many moving parts to it and you don't know, like, they're all moving together and they're all moving simultaneously. Some stories have nothing to do with the next, but at some point they're going to intersect and it's going to change the trajectory of everything. So it's just like, does Dany get there first in her army and they start laying siege to folks? Does the White Walkers get there first? Does Dany run into the White Walkers and they start fighting? Like, you don't know. The Night Watchers just fell apart. They were supposed to be the first line of defense against anything from the other side of the wall. Now, the White Walkers are coming over the wall. Mance Rayder's about to take down the wall, which is going to allow everything out there and all of its magical elements to come down this way. Like, this show could go so many ways, and I wouldn't know a thing. I don't know what's happening. It's just crazy to me. It's mind blowing. Like, I really just want to sit here and binge everything, but I would never be able to catch up. It would be so hard. I'd be editing this stuff for months. I'm taking my time with it. It's so good. It is so hard to not watch another episode, but it's crazy. I have to schedule myself because it shows it's a lot. Like, it's a lot to analyze. I just analyze it throughout the weeks. Like, just be thinking, like, this stuff is crazy. Then you got Varys over here. Varys. This guy, he plotted out his revenge on a sorcerer. I didn't know he hated sorcerers, but it makes sense. That was the person who cut off his balls, and he said at the fucking root. They cut that shit off, put it in the fire. I don't know what for the sort of demon crazy entity likes balls, dick and balls, but he then burned it and it then spoke. I don't know what that's about, what the hell I had to say, or why I needed balls to speak, but yeah. And they made him watch. And yeah, he got the person that did that. He took his time. He said, I didn't give up. I didn't die. I rose up. I did this very slowly. I took my time. I thought it through. And he somehow got a hold of that guy. That just goes to show how meticulous and smart Varys is. He doesn't forget. You can make fun of him. You can laugh at him. You can do this, and that to him. He's going to plot out his revenge, and you don't know when he's going to get you. Because he has spies everywhere. Apparently, ones that snatch folks up. So, yeah, that guy. And I don't know how, or I don't think I can even fathom how he would even be able to build such an empire. How he would be able to get spies like that. I don't understand how they do it. Because like you said, him and Littlefinger, they don't have armies or anything like that. So they just kind of they go around and get friends, I guess. And I don't know how they do it, but that was an eye-opener because I didn't know that. I didn't think of him like that. I thought of him as the most humane character on the show, but he got a whole man down here with his mouth sewn, and he's in a box. So, Bran, I don't know what was going on with him. He had that scene where he was in the dream again, trying to get to the crow. Then his mom showed up and pushed him down. But I guess from my point, and I could be wrong, my standpoint, he woke up and looked at the boy. It was kind of like the boy was trying to figure out what happened to Bran. Like he was like trying to use Bran's memory / dream to figure out what happened to Bran. So like Bran got pushed down after his mom said, "I told you not to climb again," and then he woke up and looked at the guy like he was kind of pissed off. Like I feel like you set me up to do that or something. I don't know. I didn't know how to read that scene. I don't know. He only got a snippet, so I don't know what's going on with that. His story is moving really slowly since he's been on the run. Him and Rickon, I don't know how they tie into the bigger story. I don't know where they're going. I don't know. I guess maybe I have a hard time seeing what Bran's story is gonna ever do for the show. I mean, I guess he could be a good fighter if he learns to control his ability. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe just helping his family. I don't ever see Bran being one of those characters that sits on the throne or anything like that. I don't see him being this larger than life character. I think he's a pretty cool character, but I don't ever see him grow. And I could be wrong, but I don't ever see him growing to be anything big. Same with like Sansa. I mean, they said she's the key to the North if Robb falls. I don't quite see that. I mean, I guess I can see how her being a Stark and being one of the last living and the next oldest, how that's important. But I also don't have this vision for her being this larger than life character. Maybe in the beginning when she was going to be queen, but I mean, I guess one day she could own her own house, but I don't see her. She's an interesting character. I enjoy watching her, but I don't see her in the future being a super important character. Right now, she's just in an interesting position, but like, her story's died down a bit now that she's not in constant danger. She's in danger, but she's not in Joffrey's sights. He can't torture her. I mean, he can, but he's not trying to torture her. Or, they're not trying to make her suffer for things anymore. So it's just like, I'm glad she's away from that. Littlefinger has a plan for her, and the Tyrells are trying to get her away from that. So I guess I kind of worry in that sense. But I feel like characters like Sansa and Bran, I feel like are characters that they would kill off. Because I don't feel like they do anything in a way that drastically affects the story too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if they were going to kill, and I know more people are going to die, I just know it's the Game of Thrones, but I feel like those two would be characters that died Jon and Arya, I can see them living because they're deep into the story. I feel like, and I want to say Robb would probably die by the end of this. He's just right in the middle of the war. I just don't see things just continuously working out for him perfectly. I think he's smart, but I think one time he's going to mess up, or somebody's going to mess him up by not listening to him or being loyal, and they're going to screw him up. The mom, I could definitely see her dying because she can get a little reckless sometimes. I feel like the only Starks that would probably end up surviving this series, if I had to guess, is Arya, Jon, and that's really it. Just because those two they're more like, they're survivors. They're good. They're out here and they know how to just go with the flow and adapt to in any environment that they're in. I feel like they're getting really lucky too with people just not killing them, but I feel like they're pretty savvy. Like, they know how to get through situations and play it to their advantage. Arya, she just don't care. She helps when her heart tells her to help. She fights and stands up when it tells her to do so. And she's kind of like Varys in that she bides her time and she's like doesn't forget. And when she can, she's gonna like stick you with the pointy end. Like the Hound, she tried to go to the Brotherhood's defense and as to why he should be killed, because she ain't forgot about the butcher's boy. I ain't forget either. But she's like, yeah, he needs to die. Like, she ain't forgot. So that, to me, I don't know. I feel like she is going to get revenge on somebody. It ain't going to be all the names she spoke, but she's going to get one of them. I feel like she will. And I feel like she's going to grow up. And I feel like she's going to be a big part of her family's legacy. Because Jon, I don't ever see him being somebody that sits on the throne or is leading the North. I feel like it would be Arya. If anybody in the future that is going to lead the North, if it's not Robb, it would be Arya. Because she's always, since the first episode, she's been battle-hardened. She's been wanting to fight. I think she'll be a good leader one day. I'm getting way too off into the future. I should be sticking to what's happening in this episode. But this episode was just horrific. It was just amazing. It was terrifying. It was horrifying. It was well written, beautifully shot. It was great. The acting was amazing. Everybody, I think, just did an amazing job. This is probably the best episode of the season so far. Best episode in a long time, I feel like, too. Really good. Like, dark but good. But I think that's just about all my thoughts. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing more and seeing where Dany goes, where these White Walkers go. I don't understand why they get so little screen time. It's like they keep teasing them and then they disappear. Like, I want to know what's going on with that too. I hope they get some story. The Night's Watch, I don't know what's going to happen with that. And why are they going after Sam? He didn't do anything. I guess that guy feels if you didn't align with him, then you're against him. But Sam really could care less. He just wants to save that girl. But I like that. I kind of like that the Night Watch kind of is disbanding, because then Jon's not held down to that. But he's still in that bad position where he has to kind of work with those people. So, but they ain't gonna have to worry about fighting the Night's Watch. I mean, I know there's probably more men at the wall, but I think they're gonna die. They're all pretty no-name characters to me. I don't really remember much of them. I know one of them is like a Targaryen, but he's old. What's he gonna do? He doesn't really affect the story much. So, yeah, we'll see where this goes. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, I want to hear what you guys thought. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys for more Game of Thrones.